Good morning, dear friends. Welcome to PCMschool.com. Today we will start a new subject for you, that is physics. So physics is very important chapter for your career. So when you will appear IIT exam, medical exam, NDA exam, every exam, you will face lot of questions from this physics. So physics is a core subject for various competitive exam, and for science it is very vital. So now, what is physics? So we will discuss what do you mean by physics. So you see, physics is whatever things is going on in this world. Everything is based on the laws of physics. So physics is the study of law of nature. Physics is the study of law of nature and its natural phenomena. So this is the physics. So suppose every time, suppose this is a tree. So always the apple falls downward. So that is why, because earth is pulling everybody towards the center. So that is a law of physics. So that is called gravitational law of physics. That is called gravitational force of attraction. So this is a law of physics by which everybody is attracted by the earth. The sun, suppose this is sun, the earth is revolving around the sun in which path? Circular path. So again earth is every time attracted by the sun, and this force is called centripetal force, by which earth will able to continuously revolve around the sun. So that is the law of physics. Okay, so now again suppose you will throw a stone. Let us say you will throw a stone. So this is a stone, you just throw horizontally. So if you throw a stone horizontally, so this stone will never move in a straight path, rather it will follow a curve path. So that path is called parabolic path. That path is called parabolic path. That means when the stone is moved horizontally, due to gravity it will not move in the straight line, rather it will follow a parabolic path, curve path. So that is also based on the physics. That is, every time the earth is attracting the stone towards its center. That is the Newton's law of gravitation. Okay, so similarly, the suppose a cricket ball. Suppose a cricket ball is moving towards the boundary. So every time the ball will never cross the boundary. Why? So when the cricket ball is moving towards the boundary, at that time there is some opposing force. There is some opposing force. So that opposing force is called frictional force. So due to frictional force, every ball will not cross the boundary. Okay, so frictional force will be offered by the ground on this ball. Suppose ball is moving towards the right, this is the surface. So this surface or field will exert a force on the ball in which direction? Opposite to that of the motion. So that force is called frictional force. So that is the also laws of physics. Okay. Suppose you are moving. Suppose you are moving by a bus. Okay. So you are standing on the bus. So bus is at rest. Initially bus is at rest. Suddenly bus starts. So what you will feel? You will lean towards the backward direction, or you will move in the backward direction. That is called inertia of rest. That is called inertia of rest. We will discuss in the later part of this subject. And also, suppose a bus is moving. Suppose a bus is moving with velocity v. Suddenly, a man is standing inside the bus. Suddenly, boss applied the brake. So, if boss applied the brake, what will feel? This man will lean forward direction. So, that is called inertia of motion. that is called inertia of motion. So every law, every natural activity, every natural phenomena are based on certain law, and that law will study under which subject? Physics subject. So physics is very interesting subject. You feel the physics, you will feel very happy. Okay, so now, so this is about the physics. I just introduced what is physics. Now we will start the topic of discussion. Our topic of discussion today is motion. Our topic of discussion is motion. So first we will discuss what are the various types of motion. What are the various types of motion? So before discussing about the motion, we will start what is rest. What do you mean by rest? So what is rest? Suppose you see, let us say this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Okay. Suppose this is what origin, and this origin is in technically or in physics we say it is reference point, reference point, or it is called frame of reference, frame of reference. So this is a reference point. I choose origin as the reference point. Let us take a particle or body which is at A point. Okay, which is at A point. Now see, the at t is equal to 0. Suppose the position of the body is at here, and this is the origin. So at t is equal to 0, this is the position of the body. So after t is equal to 5 seconds, let body remains at same point A. After t is equal to 20 minutes, the position of the body is also same. That means this body is said to be at rest. Here, the position of the body is not changing with respect to time. The position of the body is not changing with respect to time or with respect to the immediate surrounding. Immediate surrounding means we have taken the reference point this. So with refer to this point, this position of the body is fixed. Let us say this distance is, let us say, 5 centimeter. So the position of the body is constant, that is 5 centimeter with respect to this surrounding or with respect to this reference point, whatever may be the time. So as time progresses, time always changes, increases. So with respect to time, the position of this A is not changing. So we can say the body is at absolutely rest. Not absolute rest. I will say what do you mean by absolute rest and what do you mean by relative rest. Now see, suppose this is a train. Clear? A passenger is sitting here. Another passenger also sitting in front of him. Now train is moving. Train is moving with 60 km per hour speed. 60 km per hour speed. Okay. So now you see, this person is feeling, this person is at rest. With reference to this passenger, this passenger is at rest. But if he will see a man standing outside to the platform in the earth surface, he will feel this that he is moving with respect to this passenger or this man. Okay, so that means this passenger is at rest with reference to this passenger who is sitting inside the train, but this passenger is moving with respect to a man standing outside to the train. That means always the rest, so there is no absolute rest. There is no absolute rest. Okay, because earth is also revolving. Suppose there are two apartments. This is one apartment. This is second apartment. In between two apartment, the distance is, let us say, 30 meter. So this 30 meter is fixed. That means A is rest with respect to B. B is also rest with respect to A because their position are not changing. But what happens if this is compared with the earth? Because earth is revolving. Since earth is revolving, position of A is also revolving. That is, A is moving with respect to earth. B is also moving with respect to earth. But A and B, they are at rest relative to each other. So when we will discuss rest or motion, every time we will add a term that is relative. So nobody is at absolutely rest or nobody is at absolutely motion. Okay. So suppose a train is moving with very high speed, 100 km per hour. A terrorist entered to the train and he shouted, "Don't move." That means what? So, with reference to this terrorist, the passengers are at rest. But with reference to the surrounding, with reference to a tree on the ground, this passenger is moving. So every time the rest or motion is a relative term. There is no absolute rest or there is no absolute motion. Okay. So now we'll discuss the type of motion. So you see the motion, the types of motion. The motion is classified into 5 categories. One is a translational motion, circular motion, rotational motion, periodic motion, oscillatory motion. So now under the translational motion, there are two types. Translational motion is classified into two types. One is rectilinear motion, another is curvilinear motion. So first we will discuss what is a translational motion. What is translational motion? Okay. So now see what is translational motion. So let us start with taking the example. Suppose you see this is a body and this body on that body I am taking 2 points. One is A, another is B. And this body is moving like this. Okay. So here after some time the position of the body is like this. And here the A point is moving in this path. Let us say this A is coming to here. I can give this name A dash. And B is also coming in this path. B is moving along this path. Let us say this is B dash. So what happens? During the motion, A will follow which path? A dash. B will follow which path? B dash. Now you see here A dash is parallel to B dash. A dash is parallel to B dash. And you see the direction of the motion. The orientation of the motion. The direction of the motion is not changing. They are moving in same orientation. And each point will follow the path and these different paths are parallel to each other. So that is called translational motion. So what is translational motion? It is that motion where all the points in the body follow parallel path and orientation of body remains same during the total journey. So you can write the note. Okay. So when I am teaching, so just take a pause and you write the note. Or you can take the screenshot. Okay. So this is the translational motion. So under the translational motion, I told there are two types of motion. One is rectilinear motion, another is curvilinear motion. Okay. So we will start first. What is rectilinear motion? So I told translational motion. So in translational motion, orientation of the motion is the same, and each point follow the path which are parallel to each other. Okay. So first bit is your rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion. So rectilinear motion is also called straight line motion. Okay, or it is called one dimensional motion. One dimensional motion. That means it is moving straight. So here body is moving straight. So when a body moves straight, that is called rectilinear motion, or it is also called one dimensional motion. So what is the example? So a train moving on a straight track. So when the track is straight, the motion of the train is called rectilinear motion or straight line motion. You have seen the pump, cycle pump. In the cycle pump, there is a cylinder and there is a piston. And this piston will move inside the cylinder in which path? Straight line path. Also, a cricket ball is moving straight in the ground. So that is called one-dimensional motion. If the direction of the motion is same, then it is called straight line motion. So this is about the rectilinear motion or straight line motion. And I told there are two types of motion under the translational motion. The second one is curvilinear motion. Curvilinear motion. So what is curvilinear motion? Suppose you take this is a curved track. A sportsman, an athlete is running on this track. Okay. So now you see the motion of this athlete, the orientation of the motion of the athlete is the same. Okay. So this, but it is moving on a curved track. So that is called curvilinear motion. In the curvilinear motion, what happens? The motion of the body on curved path without change in orientation. Without change in orientation. Okay. Suppose another example: a bus is moving on a hilly area. A bus is moving on a hilly area. So in that case, bus will move on a curved track and orientation is same. That means it is moving in the particular direction. So this is your curvilinear motion. Now come to second type of motion, that is circular motion. Second type of motion is we will discuss circular motion. Okay, so what is circular motion? What is circular motion? So you see, suppose you take a stone. This stone is tied to a string and rotate this stone around your finger. Rotate the stone around your finger. So this is the stone. Let us say the mass of the stone is m. And this is the string. This is the point about which the stone is moving. So here you see, every time, let us say t is equal to 0, the stone is at a point. After some time, t is equal to t1 time, the stone coming to b point. So this is the string. After t is equal to t3 time, the stone is coming to c point. So this is the string. So what happens? During the total motion, the body is moving in which direction? Anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so the body is moving in anti-clockwise direction. So you see in each case, so here this is the position of a stone, this is the position of the stone, this is the position of stone in different times. So what happens? The distance between the stone and the fixed point always remains same. So here distance between stone and this fixed point is called radius. So this radius always remain constant. And this fixed point is called what? This fixed point is called center of the circular path. And this r is equal to what? This is the radius which is fixed. That is between the position of the body and the center, it is always fixed. And the body moves along this path. The body is moving along this path. So this path is called circular path. Then question comes, with since the distance between body and the center always remain constant, then what is changing? Changing is angle. You see, what is the change in the parameter? Here see at t is equal to 0, at body is at A, at t is equal to t1, body is at B. Let us say within t1 time it is covering 60 degree. And at t is equal to t3, or you can say, okay, t is equal to t3, body is covering, let us say, 120 degree. So which parameter is changing? The parameter theta is changing. So what is theta? Theta is called angular position. Theta is called angular position. So this is the circular motion. Now you may have a doubt. What is the difference between curvilinear motion and circular motion? In circular motion, you see, suppose a man moves. Suppose a man moves from A point and his face is like this. So here when it comes, this is the face. So here he will come at C, this is the face. When he will come at this is the face. And here when he will come, this is the face. Now see, here this is the direction of the motion of the person. Here this is the direction of the portion. So orientation of the motion is changing here. This is the direction of the motion. This is the direction of the motion. So orientation is changing. Since orientation is changing, it is not curvilinear motion. In curvilinear motion, orientation remains constant. But in circular motion, the orientation is changing. Okay. So this is about the circular motion. And in your chapter, in your class 9, only you have rectilinear motion and circular motion. So remaining motion, just I am giving the introduction. So this type of motion you will study in the class 11. So class 11 science physics you will read the remaining type of motion. There is first third one is rotational motion. Rotational motion. What is rotational motion? Now see, suppose this is a fan. Now see, this is a fan. So this fan is revolving in a particular direction. Okay. So here, the whole fan, the whole blade of the fan is rotating about this fixed axis. This is called axis, which is the rod of the fan. So this axis always pass to the middle point of the body, or that is called center of the body. And this axis is always perpendicular to the plane of rotation. The fan blade is moving in the horizontal plane, but axis is always perpendicular to the plane of the body, and the axis always pass to the center of the body. The whole body is executing which motion? Rotational motion. Okay, so here whole body moves about a fixed axis. That fixed axis is called axis. The fixed rod is called axis, or it is called fixed axis. Each point on the whole body, you see, if you compare, suppose this is a point A, this is a point B. Now at t is equal to 0, this is the position of A and B. After some time, A will come to this position, let us say A dash. B will come to this position, let us say B dash. So what is the difference? You see, each point on the blade is executing circular motion. Keep in mind, every point on this fan is following which path? Circular path. So here A is following circular path, B will follow circular path. So every point will follow circular path. But the whole body is said to be executing which motion? Rotational motion. Okay. And what is the difference you see? Here A point within fixed time, suppose this is t is equal to 0. And here t is equal to 5 seconds. So within 0 to 5 seconds, A covers long distance. A covers long distance comparing to B. Here B is covering less distance, more distance. That is the point which is nearer to the axis or center. It is covering less distance. The point which is away from the axis, it is covering long distance. So this is about the rotational motion. So what is the example of rotational motion? You see, a earth, this is suppose earth. So earth also revolves around its own axis. The whole earth revolves around its own axis. So that is called rotational motion. That is, you can say the rotation of the fan, rotation of the earth about its own axis is called rotational motion. Okay, suppose you take a spinning top, that is lotto. So this is also executing which motion? Rotational motion. Okay, so now this is about, now question comes, if this is sun and this is earth, earth is revolving around the sun in which path? Circular motion. So in this case we can say earth executes which motion? Circular motion about what? About sun. But same earth revolves around its own axis. It is called rotational motion. Is it clear? So because you see, for this earth, so earth is revolving around the sun, and the distance between sun and earth is very large. It is about 64,000 kilometers. So in this case, Earth is assumed to be a point body and it is executing which motion? Circular motion. But about the axis of Earth, it is also rotating. So that rotation, motion is called rotational motion. Okay, sorry. So this is about the rotational motion. So now let us take the motion of the cycle. Motion of a cycle. So now see, suppose, so this is a cycle. Okay, so this cycle is moving towards right. Now see, which type of motion will be executed by this cyclist? Now see, this is the wheel of the cycle. This wheel of the cycle is executing which motion? Rotational motion. The wheel of the cycle will execute rotational motion. Clear? And if we will consider a one point on the rim, on the wheel, so that point will execute which motion? Circular motion. So circular motion is executed by only single point body. But whole body, whole wheel is executing which motion? Rotational motion. And what is about the center of mass of the wheel? You see, this is the wheel, this is the wheel, and this is what? Center. So let us say the center is given C. So this center of the wheel will follow which path? It will follow linear path. The center of the wheel will follow straight line motion and the whole wheel will execute which motion? Rotational motion. So the motion of a cycle is combination of rotational motion plus linear motion or straight line motion or rectilinear motion. So motion of a cycle is combination of rotational as well as translational motion. Clear? So this is about the rotational motion. Then come to periodic motion. Then we will discuss periodic motion. From the name it indicates the motion completes after some regular time interval. That is called periodic motion. So here body moves in a regular pattern. In a regular pattern. So that is called after equal interval of time. After certain equal interval of time, the body completes one motion. That is called regular motion or periodic motion. Example, you see the earth moves around sun. Earth moves around sun after 365.25 days it repeats the motion. That is, this is called time period of the earth. What is time period? It is the time taken to complete one revolution or one oscillation. So that is called time period. So earth moves around the sun and after 365.25 days it will repeat the motion. So that type of motion is called periodic motion. Similarly, you see this is earth. This is the axis of rotation of the earth. So earth revolves around the axis and it is executing which motion? Periodic motion. That is also rotational motion. So but here after 24 hours earth covers one revolution. That is called a time period of earth about its own axis. So what is time period of earth about its own axis? 24 hours. That is after 24 hours same type of motion will repeat. That is called periodic motion. Is it clear? Now come to second last part of the motion we will discuss. So I am giving the introduction of this type of motion, but practically you have only two type of motion in your syllabus. One is circular motion, another is straight line motion. So now come to oscillatory motion. Oscillatory motion or vibratory motion. Okay, what is oscillatory motion? So to and fro motion about a mean position. To and fro motion. To and fro motion about a mean position is called oscillatory motion. Okay, so it is also a periodic motion, but it oscillates about the fixed point, which is called mean position. So let us take an example. Have you seen your wall clock? In the wall clock, there is a simple pendulum. So this is called simple pendulum. This is called bob, which has a heavy mass. Generally, in the simple pendulum, this is a light string. What is light string? Light string does not mean that from the string light will come out. No. So light string means the string having very less mass. So this is a light string. Okay, this is a light string connected to the a bob. Bob is a heavy mass. The other end of the string is fixed. Okay, and this is the fixed support. And if we'll push this bob in the forward direction, what will happen? So the bob will come, the bob will move up, the bob will move up. Let us say this is our origin, this is the main position, and when we will push the bob towards the forward direction, the bob will move in upward direction. So here the velocity is maximum. As the bob moves up, the velocity gradually decreases. Why? Due to the gravitational force. So always earth will attract the body. So since the body is moving up, the velocity will gradually decreases. So here final velocity of the body will be 0. Let us say this is your A point. So due to gravity, again the body will return along this path. So when the body will return along this path, here velocity is 0. So gradually velocity will increase. At this point, which is called, this point is called mean position. This point is called mean position. Okay, so at this mean position, the velocity of the body is maximum, and due to high velocity, it will again move. It will again move in upward direction, but towards left. So as it moves upward direction, again the velocity is gradually decreasing. Due to what? Due to gravitational force. So here the velocity will be finally 0. And let us say this point is our B point. And this A and B point are called extreme position. This A and B are called extreme position, where the velocity will be 0. And this is the mean position where velocity will be maximum. So at mean position, velocity of the pendulum is maximum. At extreme position, velocity of the pendulum is 0. And this type of motion is called what? Oscillatory motion. So this bob or this body is executing which motion? Oscillatory motion. It is moving around which position? Mean position. And this mean position is also called stable point. This mean position is always, if will not apply any force, then the bob will reach at this position. This is its own home. So that is called, it is the mean position. Okay, so this is the simple pendulum. Another example, what is oscillatory motion? Okay, you see, this bob will execute one oscillation. So it will complete some time. So time taken to complete one oscillation. What is one oscillation actually? So when a bob starts motion from O to A to O, then O to B, finally it will reach at B to O. So this motion is called one oscillation. One oscillation means O to A, then A to O to A to O, then O to B, then finally B to O. This is called one oscillation. So we will not concentrate on this because this is out of syllabus. You will read in the 11th class physics. So for the time being, you just know what is the oscillatory motion. Can you give me another example of oscillatory motion? You see, suppose this is a spring. This is a spring. Spring is connected to a load. The spring is connected to a load. Now hold this load on your hand. The spring and both load are at rest. If you release your hand, what will happen? The load will move down and also it will move up. So that means this load, including the spring, will move up and down, up and down. So this type of motion is called oscillatory motion. Is it clear? So this is called oscillatory motion. So now this is about the types of motion. So before starting the actual rectilinear motion, we will discuss what do you mean by physical quantity. What do you mean by physical quantity? Okay, so about the physical quantity. Okay, we will start this physical quantity in the next class. So today this is the introduction of the physics. So there are different types of motion we discussed. So we will concentrate in the next class. We will start which motion? The translational motion, that is rectilinear motion. First we will start rectilinear motion, that is straight line motion. Then in the second part of the motion we will start circular motion. Thank you.